Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. In today's episode, we'll be covering our match against Newcastle, the promotional rivals who are in 4th position. I guess they're not much of rivals considering we're in 12th. But then again, we do have to consider, how we're just 5 points away from the promotional spots. If we do go on a bit of a run here, we might actually be able to sneak into 6th place. If we do well there, then we might actually end up being in the Premier League. So, still a bit of hope left. We do need to perform. I feel like I've been saying that every single episode, really. But we do really, really need to perform. In terms of what's been going on since the last episode, as you can see here, a bunch of mixed results, really. So, I think the last one we did was the 2-1 defeat against Wolverhampton Rovers. And, not a nice defeat at all, considering they're our rivals. But yeah, and then we got defeated just again. It was just this one might have been even worse than the Wolves game. They weren't, Preston aren't our rivals at all, but it was a 4-0 defeat, a heavy one. Richards there getting a 5.4, absolute terrible of a performance. He's really surprised me in how poorly he's been performing this season. Average rating here 6.77, last 5 games, an average rating of 6.56 as well. I'm kind of baffled by it, really. I mean, he's got all the crucial stats of jumping, reach, positioning, all these sort of things. He's got good strength as well, great bravery. I guess concentration, determination need a bit of work, but it's still a bit surprising just how poor he's been for us. I thought he would have been a great player for us. And he's still a good player for the Sky Bet Championship sides as well, so he's not like he's out of his league or anything like that. But really, nothing to convince me to keep him there. Keep him on for next season if I'm not fired by then. I keep thinking any day now I'll be fired. But yeah, just a bag of mixed results here, really. No draws. Good news was that we did finally managed to get a clean sheet. We got 3 clean sheets in these run of fixtures, so finally, things are coming together. The next game, though, was a good 1-0 win. Oliver McBurney finally getting his first goal for the club for us. He's still only got 1 goal, but, at least he's got 2 assists as well. I understand he's out of his league and stuff because he's actually a Sky Bet League 1 player, but I thought, his stats are decent. He could be able to do a job for us. But apparently not, I guess. He's actually injured. Let me quickly get him back there again, sorry. Yeah, there you go. He's actually injured for 3 to 4 weeks, so he's not much of a loss. Rudy's actually come back into the side for us, so, we're okay. We've got our first team choice man back anyways. Oliver was only playing because Rudy was injured. Anyways, and then the game after that was we got revenge on Wolves, a 1-0 win in the FA Cup 4th round. We were only expected to get to the FA Cup 4th round, so the board were delighted that we went into the FA Cup 5th round. More on that crazy game later. As you can see here, Will Keane getting the goal for us. And yes, we've signed Will Keane, and I'll get back to that later too. I'll show you what's been going on. Quite a bit has been happening since we last spoke. When we spoke, we were in mid-January. And now we're mid-February, so a whole month to get through even the transfer window news. So I'll get to that soon. But yeah, picked up Will Keane, playing him as a poacher. He's quite adaptable to a number of roles, but I'm playing him as a poacher. Got good stats for that role. His acceleration, pace aren't great for a poacher, but he makes up for it in his finishing, his first touch, and his off-the-ball movement. So yeah, I think he's a great player. I'm probably a bit biased considering that he has Manchester United, history, and I'm a Manchester United fan. I wish he did, make it in the first team over there, but unfortunately not. Anyways, the game after that was a bit of a nervy 2-1 win against Brentford. As you can see here, Tommy Elphick getting the 79th minute own goal. That was not, pleasing, but it made things a bit nervy first towards the end. A bit of an even match in terms of the stats. Albert Adoma getting the man of the match performance here. He scored the goal within 4 minutes. He's been okay for us this season, just averaging 6.9, 3 goals, 3 assists, 3 player of the matches, and 17 starts and 2 substitute appearances. He's supposed to be our first choice winger, because the other one is, it's actually not showing us. Wait, let me change that. Yeah, the other one is Leonardo Bacuna, so Adoma's supposed to be the better one, but yeah. Anyways, Will Keane scoring another goal for us in his first in the Championship. As you saw, it was the other goal he got was actually in the FA Cup. So Will Keane getting, proving that he was a great buy. I'll show you how much I bought him for in a second, but we'll just get through, the run of fixtures here. In the game after that, we played Nottingham Forest. This was a terrible, terrible performance. 4-0 they were leading, 4-0, 3-0 by halftime, and then 4-0 after the halftime, even though I screamed at the players. But Tyrone Mings got a goal there, great performance from him. He's really stepped up in recent weeks. But yeah, we couldn't bounce back after that. The game against Ipswich, we lost, 1-0. Not much that really happened here. Just a disappointing performance. Oliver McBurney, that's when he got injured, but thankfully, next game Rudy was ready by then. But yeah, stats more or less equal. They had one clear-cut chance, they took it. Not much else to report. And then the game after that was a great 3-0 win against Barnsley. I was like, yes, finally, we're bouncing back. And then, no. The game against Chelsea was crazy. But anyways, let's just talk about the Barnsley game first. Nice 3-0 win. 2 up before half-time. Tommins getting a penalty goal in the in the basically last minute of the game. Great all-round ratings from the whole team. Only one player under, actually 2 players under. Yeah, Will Keane had a bad game here, which was a bit disappointing. But yeah, perfect performance really. Whenever I win 3-0, it's the perfect performance. You get your 3 goals. You have more than just an insurance goal, and you didn't concede at all, so that's great. And we only had one clear-cut chance, one half chance, but we managed to score 3 goals, so that's great clinical play. Barnsley, yeah, it makes it look close, but not really. Most of their shots are just long-range efforts, so we really did keep them out. In terms of the Chelsea game, this one was a bit of a weird one. Obviously, we're, huge, huge underdogs. That's the word, underdogs. Sorry about that. Huge underdogs, but Chelsea just destroyed us in a couple of minutes, really. In about 10 minutes, they had 3 goals, and then a couple of minutes after that, they had 4. So it was 4-0 going into half-time. I thought, that's it, game over. But I figured, you know what? Why not go attacking, go all out, adjust some things. I made the team play a bit deeper because, Michy's dangerous. He's got pace. Eden Hazard got pace as well. Both these players very fast. And Michy was leading the line for them as well. So I figured go a bit deeper and look for the overlap because Chelsea were playing on the, the 3 in the back sort of defence. So it made sense to go on the overlap. But yeah, team responded great to that. Jonathan Kodjia coming back from his African Cup adventures, I guess, and performing great for us. He's going to be our number 1 poacher now. Will Keane's going to be playing back up to him, give him a bit of competition and stuff. But I'm really expecting big things from Kodjia now that Jordan, Kodjia's going to be our main man now. He's got himself a good, nice brace, 8.8 rating. And then Rudy got a goal for himself as well, not to mention the assist as well. Actually, he didn't get an assist. I think that was the last game. Yeah, my subs were the ones that got the assists. Anyways, but yeah, Golini, terrible for us, and that's why he's not going to start for us today. He's got a 5.8 rating, and Richards got a 5.7 as well. I actually fined him. I fined Richards after this performance because that was his second time where he gets under 6 rating. That's just terrible. But yeah, and Golini, I'm just going to have to take him off. 6.7 average rating last 5 games, just not great. Even his total average rating is not great at all. So I'm really not pleased. I was really expected much more from our first choice goalkeeper. So giving Jed Steer a chance today. But yeah, I was proud with how we sort of bounced back there. I thought, something might have happened. But they did score to make it 5-3, got their own insurance goal. And yeah, I mean, can't really expect much. But anyways, against Newcastle today, so we can expect something. We were expected to be in promotional spots. They're doing their bit for the promotion, reaching their goals. In terms of transfer history, let me quickly show you what happened. So, as you can see here on the ins, I had to get Tom Ince and Will Keane. These were during the summer and these were during the January transfer window. And I think I mentioned about Tom Ince before, so I'll just talk about Will Keane this time. And the reason why I got Will Keane, just about £1 million, really, really bargained by Will Keane is. I mean, he was unhappy in his former team. I think that was Hull, and it's just really easy to get him. And I figured, why not? He's got the stats for it. He's got the ability for it. And we lost Jordan Ayew to Everton, unfortunately. Jordan Ayew is, our top goal scorer. I think he's still our top goal scorer in the competition. Not just our top goal scorer, but also the top scorer in the competition. But yeah, when Everton came in for a bid, bidding for him in the January transfer window, he complained. He got upset when I declined it. He insisted that he had to move. And whenever a player just asks to move, if I can't argue with them, I just don't bother about it. You want to leave, you want to leave. Go ahead. We'll find someone to replace you, and we'll use the money for our own benefit. But anyways, I guess he's doing okay for Everton. Not well in the Premier Division. It's not really starting. I guess he's not expected to start with Lukaku probably still there, I think. Let's see. Let's have a look if Lukaku's still here. Yeah, Lukaku's still here, so it makes sense. 16 goals and 18 appearances. Well, 6 substitute appearances, but I never really count that. If you're not starting, then I don't really expect you to get a goal off the bench. But anyways, so yeah, Will Keane is his replacement essentially. Well, technically, I guess Kodji is his replacement, and Will Keane's his backup. So Kodji has been upgraded from backup to starter, and so far he's been doing well. So let's see if he's got more to give us. He is a leading player for Sky Bet Championship sides, so I expect a lot from him. So yeah, let me move on to the game actually. Yeah, we can move on to the game now. Jetstay in goal, as I mentioned, has barely played, as you can tell. Even if actually, yeah, the game doesn't consider the non-competitive appearances, but yeah, he's made 7 appearances all round. 6.71 average rating, which is why he's never actually stuck on when I brought him in. But he's got a chance for us to shine now, and I've told him step up, and he's responded well. Richie's going to play us on the right back position, which no one's really held on to. 6.72 rating. His positional rival Alan Hutton also getting terrible rating there, 6.67. So no one really holding on to the fullback positions until Tyrone Mings started performing well. I know his average rating says 6.71. But yeah, he's been performing great here. He's unfortunate in the Chelsea game brought down his average rating, but otherwise he's been 7.7 here. Even this game was a terrible loss. But yeah, otherwise 7.7, 7.7, 7.3, 7.3 as well. So he's been stepping up for us recently. Baker and Chester are going to play for us. Centre-back position is a bit rotational as well. No one really stepping up and getting a handle on the position. Even here, Tommy Elphick, Richards, of course, we mentioned Richards. So yeah, like the highest rating for our centre-backs has been a 6.9 sort of rating, which isn't great. We need someone to properly step up for us in the defence. But anyways, we've got Albert Adoma on the right wing for us. Already mentioned him, decent player. We've got Gary Gardner and Ross McCormack in the centre mid positions. Gary Gardner has been doing well recently, got a 7.04 rating, 7.04 rating, and a goal as well. So give him a bit of a chance. Put Jednak on the bench, he can come off and score for us. His performance has gone down lately. Got a 6.7 average rating in the last 5 games. So why not give Gary Gardner a chance? Ross McCormack has finally been getting used to the position now. His positioning's not great. He has been declining a bit. I know that he doesn't really suit the sort of deep lying playmaker defend role, but he's not doing too bad for us. Average rating 6.82. Latest form has been decent too. So he gets a chance ahead of Ashley Westwood, who really not performing as I expected him to perform. He's playing in his most suited role, most suited position. And yeah, he's got the perfect attributes for it, really. I love his attributes. Nothing below 14. Actually, yeah, there is just one below 14. Actually, let's make that 2, 3 as well. Never mind. I thought it was nothing less. But at least, nothing less than 13 is great. In his crucial deep lying playmaker defend duty attributes. The crucial ones. Sorry about that. But yeah, look at that average rating is just terrible, and that's why he's been coming on 10 times as a substitute, just because how terrible he's been. For a deep lying playmaker, just having 1 assist is not too pleasing at all either. And I think it probably has to do a bit with his traits, that he tries to kill a ball too often. But yeah, he should be the perfect man for us, and yet he's not. He's also perfect current ability as well. I just don't understand why some of the players haven't been performing for us lately. So we'll give Ross McCormack a chance there. Tom Ince quickly adjusting to the team. And he's got a 7.14 average rating. Last 5 games he's got 1 goal, 3 assists. Really stepping up for us lately, keeping Jack Grealish at the side. Again, doing the same thing the Grealish's former competition was doing to him. And yeah, Grealish really can't get on the hang of playing as a winger. I guess he's not crazy suited for it considering his pace. Maybe, his vision's going to a bit of a waste, but definitely should be performing much better there. I mean, why not? What would stop him? It's not like he's not suited for the role. He's just, a bit uncomfortable with it, but still, I expected more, and I'm a bit disappointed. Kodjia, we already talked about him. Missed him when he went to the African Cup of Nations. But he's back now, banging in goals for us. 13 starts, 11 goals, 2 assists. Can't ask for more. Even the last 5 games, he's gotten 4 goals. So, perfect poacher for us. Rudy again, as I mentioned, always the best, best target man at the club. 7.28 average rating in his last 5 games. Overall, 7.12 average rating. 5 goals and 10 assists in 20 starts. So, perfect target man, and he's got the attributes for it, and he's got the ability for it. And then my bench is always as it is: goalkeeper, a full back, a centre back, both my centre mids here, and then a winger on the sandwiched in between them, and a striker not up top actually, a striker in the last sub. And that way I can make sure I've got every position covered. Richards, Hutton and Bakuna have been underperforming. They'll all be, left out of the side. Hopefully they understand. Galini as well will hopefully understand that by him being dropped, he really needs to step up his performances. Anyways, let's get into today's game against Newcastle. Now, as you can tell by the league table, and as I mentioned earlier, I keep thinking that we're going to get fired, but we're still here. And yeah, even if we win today, we're not going to get into the the promotional spots, but at least we'll get close to it, and maybe if we get close to it, the players will sense it, start applying some serious pressure and on the rest of the teams, and really get into the side. Bookies have made the Newcastle team favourites, but the match predictor thinks that we'll go down as a draw, but I'm not hoping for a draw at all. I'm hoping for a win. They're playing with a 4-2-3-1, really the anti-4-4-2 formation. But we should definitely still win. I mean, let's check out Mitrovic. He is their target man. He's got some really nice stats here as well. Pretty much looks just about the same as Rudy, but not performing as well in terms of average rating. So yeah, I guess we have to keep an eye on him a bit. But really, Newcastle should, according to the pre-season prediction, ourselves and Newcastle should be in the same position. So they've met expectations, we haven't. And yeah, just as my assistant says, we need to make people eat their words here. So I'm going to tell my players that For some reason, oh, actually, yeah, the odds were. Never mind, forget that. So yeah, instead of saying we're underdogs but give the fans performance, I think it's best to rile them up a bit and tell them the media's been on your back. Just as that exactly what my assistant was telling me to tell them. Just going to quickly tell them I have faith in them. And let's see how today's game goes. Keep it extended to the classic. Replays on goals and close. And let's get started. So we will be starting the game as well. But again, just giving it away. I feel like every time we do a live comment, I say we're starting the game today, we give the ball instantly. Johan Gorfan, I think that's how you say his name, been flagged offside there. But Newcastle will bring the ball forward again. And they're looking a bit dangerous in these, opening 5 minutes. But sometimes that can be misleading and your team ends up scoring, just right after they look like conceding. So we'll have some patience, we'll have some faith. And let's see if my players are up for the game. Really, the attacking part of my team haven't been as disappointing as my defending, defense bit. Strikers have been absolutely phenomenal. Great performances all round. Wingers, sometimes they perform, sometimes they don't. But really, it's been the defense that's been a major concern. I feel like players really need to nail down their spots for me, and they really haven't been. It's been quite disappointing. Newcastle still sticking to their 4-2-3-1 formation. Stats are showing us that we've had a half chance. We've had more shots as well. And they've been flagged as offside again. But yeah, I guess it's an even game now. And Newcastle's goalkeeper dealing with the ball well easily. He tries to get it forward to their striker instantly, but we're coming with the ball forward now. Doma beats his man, puts the ball into the... Kodjia just about misses that. It's a great ball in from Adoma, and I thought Kodjia just about headed that in, but apparently not. Atsu with the ball now. He's going to probably play it forward to a striker. Instead he runs, just using his pace, but thankfully Richie deals with it and loses it instantly again. And now Shelby's got the ball, plays it out wide to his, his Newcastle teammate Gorfan. Plays it to Bieber, who's normally a centre-back, but I think he's playing as a right-back here. And yeah, Newcastle just moving the ball about here, trying to test this out through to Richie, who hits the woodwork, and thankfully Chester deals with that, but Atsu was offside anyways. And again, the highlight starts with Newcastle. Atsu in the back post, but Mings deals with it. And again, if he can just keep up his performances, that left-back position is going to definitely be his 6.8 average rating. Well, actually, I say definitely, but he's a loanee, and I don't think I'm going to buy him. He's probably going to get, as soon as his loan ends, he's not going to move to our team. He's just going to move right back to where he came from. Anyways, Gofran with the ball now. Gofran, I think it is it? Yeah, I think that's how you say it. But anyways, let's just call him... Yeah, just call him by his name, I guess. I can't think of anything else. Anyway, Shelby with the ball here, takes a long shot, again hits the woodwork. Newcastle have looked dangerous with their long shots. We really need to deal with that. We might have to press up. It would make sense for us to press up considering they're playing a target man who might be slow. Let's have a quick look here. Well, I mean, he's not too slow. He's got pace 13, acceleration 13, but, I always judge by saying if he's a target man, check his stats. If he's a poacher, check his stats. And he's not really got the stats for being a poacher, so... I mean, he's got decent stats, obviously, but his attributes more suit to him being a target man, so it's more likely that, his manager's playing him as a target man. You can probably tell by how the game goes as well. I'll probably push up, press him into using his pace, which he doesn't really have much of, and see how it goes. Anyways, really nodding it down for Kodjia, who's bringing the ball forward. He's got players surrounded, he's got a couple in the box, and he plays it to Adoma in the back post, and Adoma scores. That is perfect play, exactly what I expect from my players. And we've got the lead here against Newcastle, which is perfect. All we have to do really is just to keep it up. If we can keep this up, then we have a chance of getting to the promotional spot. But obviously, we have to keep it up long enough to actually win this game for starters. But yeah, let's watch the replay here. Amazing cross. Yeah, and Adoma just bangs it into the near post from, well, his far post, goalkeeper's near post. Sorry about that again. Still a little bits of effects from the sickness I had recently. But yeah, Adoma, if he just keeps up his performance as well, he can nail down that right mid spot. But Newcastle put in a dangerous box to Mitrovic. Dangerous ball into the box for Mitrovic, and thankfully he heads wide. I'm still thinking about, telling my players to press forward in terms of the defensive line. Push forward, sorry, not press. And see if it'll benefit us. But so far, team playing well, so no need to change anything. Even my assistant agrees. He says that we should tell him to keep it up. So I think I'll do that. Tell them, I'm happy. Keep it up. Give them a bit of a boost by telling them that I have faith in them, and let's see how they perform. We do need our insurance goal just to make things comfortable. Let's see if we can get it. Hopefully, Newcastle don't get their equalising goal. That's worse, definitely, than us getting our insurance goal. And again, just the consistently trying to find their target man. But we're bringing the ball forward here with Rudy, who plays it to McCormack, finds Ince. Ince brings the ball inside but loses it. And Newcastle are going to bring the ball forward here with Atsu. Atsu finds Richie, running directly at his man, but McCormack wins it well. He's really been, decent in defending, considering his positioning's bad. I guess he might have good tackling. I'm not actually entirely sure about that, but the way he tackles suggests that he does have good tackling. And I was talking about how no one's really held on to the right back spot, and Richie's literally lost the right back spot, and now we're a man down. And I'm not entirely sure what to do here. Someone needs to get substituted. Adoma can't unfortunately play in the right back spot for us. Again, I apologise for that. Trying to see if there's anyone who can play in the right back position, but it does not look like that at all. Chester can, but there's no use moving him to right back, and then there's no one in the centre back, no one that can play centre back. Yeah, it looks like I'm just gonna have to sub someone off for Riley, which is not a great thing, because Riley's not even suited for this league either. Richie really putting us in a tough position, so I think what I'm gonna have to do is, our target man's more important than our poacher at the moment. We're gonna have to bring on Joe Riley and just switch the team into a counter mode and see what brings us. I don't want to take my foot off the gas, but when you go man down, you don't really have a choice. And Newcastle again just instantly almost scoring there. I think the tactics have actually been changed, so I'm not sure. I think people, players just getting used to their new positions now. So let's see what they can do. But Newcastle gone full blast mode, and they squeeze in a goal almost instantly. It says Chester own goal, but for some reason, the Newcastle players celebrating that goal as if it's his own. Really just a mess from the set piece. Chester just standing in a bad position. Unfortunately for him, and unfortunately for his team, and unfortunately for me as well. Can't afford to draw this game by any means. I guess a draw away from home is a decent result, but playing with a man down, but considering how the game went, we should have been held on to our lead. And Rudy proving me wrong for keeping him on, unfortunately. He's got a 6.5 rating there, but I couldn't take off Rudy because we needed someone to connect the play rather than just a poacher running in behind. But anyways, I need to make some decisions here. I think I'll bring on Westwood for for a bit more solidity, because he is better at defending than Gardner. Sorry, not Gardner, McCormack. Then I think I'll bring on a winger as well. So let's take off Ince, who hasn't really performed this game, and see what Grealish can bring us. Maybe we can go on and get the winner, even though we're man down. Newcastle will definitely be pressing forward, so we might be able to hit them on the counter. Look at how high their line's playing right now. They're definitely playing with the pushed up line, so we could possibly hit them on the counter. And they're having a long range shot. That looked deadly, and Newcastle got another corner here. Thankfully, that one doesn't count, but can they make the next one count? That's the real question. Richie plays it in, but Garden deals with it well, and a highlight comes to nothing. Maybe we can try and get one of their players sent off. So many of them have got yellow cards. You can just see their names changing yellow. If they got someone else sent off, I'll quickly change to attacking and try to get ourselves our own goal, because then it'll be equal. As in terms of players, not equal in terms of if we get a goal, it'll be a 2-2 or something. But anyways, Newcastle ball here, just keep shuffling out wide. Shelby plays it in, call back into Yedlin, who thankfully, and as I thought, was offside. They're making a substitute there, as you can see. 70 minutes now. 20 minutes left of the game. Which team can come out of this as the winner? And as the game goes on, it looks more likely and more likely to be Newcastle. Just some neat short passing play. They're playing around with us. I think I'll just tell my team to play deeper, play narrow as well, just to keep us tight in the back. Let's hit them on the counter. Let's see what we can do here. Again, sorry about that. And Bieber's got the ball here. And Grealish, our substitute, has given away a penalty. Now that is not pleasing by any means. Newcastle are going to have the third clear-cut chance here. Let's see if Jedstay can prove me right. And he almost did. Unfortunately for him, couldn't quite do it. It looked like he might have, just about saved it. We will get the chance to see it in 3D. And let's have a look. He's holding his heads there. And he saved it with his elbow. I think this. I'm pretty sure if we rewatch that, it would change. But on the basis of that first replay, that was quite incredible and strange. But yeah, I think I'll actually have to take off the pass into space instruction. I made a mistake of taking off my poacher. I'm actually going to go into attacking. I forgot. We're 2-1 down. There's no reason to stay on the counter. Let's just change everyone into, attacking sort of mode. See maybe if we can get another goal, or even if we concede, that's okay. We really just have to, make things count now. They're playing another target man as well. I think let me just quickly change that. Yeah, push up, so side trap. Let's just play wide, stretch the play, pass in space, and hit early crosses. Let's hit early crosses. I don't think pass in space will work, considering, Rudy doesn't have much pace. Let's make those changes for now, and then I'll quickly change the roles as well. So let's do that. See if we can win anything, get the equalizer. But I'm definitely not pleased with my team as how they've played. Actually, not really my team, mainly just Richie. I mean, I don't think I could fault anyone else. Some of them have gotten some quiet performances, but some of the ratings are influenced by how the game's gone. So if you've lost, and there you go, Newcastle instantly getting their third, and it looks like the game's gone to them. I'm still gonna stick onto attacking. Why not? see what can happen. Richie just ghosting ahead of who is that? Oh, I missed it, but I think that was Chester. And it looks like they're making us pay for our high line, so I'm going to switch back to deep. And maybe we can score 2 in 8 minutes. I mean, do you back us? Let me know in the comment section. I know it'll be after the game, but why not? And again, they're just getting behind us. Definitely, a good decision to switch back to a deeper line because that was not working for us. But it really headed the ball on for Grealish, who has a ridiculous shot there. I'm not quite sure what he expected to do. I don't know why he expected it. Oh, I made a horrible mistake. I can't believe it. I didn't switch Rudy into playing as a sole striker. He's still stuck out wide here and everyone's confused. Oh, I completely forgot to consider that. I'm so used to playing with one striker up top that I forgot when if you leave him there, he's going to play as a left striker rather than the main striker. And that might have actually costed us the game. I couldn't understand why my team weren't really connecting. Not much possession, not much shots since the Richie got sent off, and I guess it makes sense there. Bit of a manager's mistake. But let's see if my players can make up for my mistakes. And Rudy's got the ball here, plays Grealish in, and we instantly look much better now that we're playing Rudy up top. There's going to be about 5 minutes left now, so I'm going to switch to overload, see if we can salvage anything. And Newcastle thankfully missing that shot there. And the game's frozen, so let me pause and play quickly and see. Yeah, there you go, it's working again. I've gone into overload and they've still got the highlight going their way, but Mings won it for us there. Plays it up to Rudy. Can he win it? He can't. But Gardner's got the ball first, who plays out wide to Adoma. Adoma plays it back to Rudy, who again loses out on it. And, Grealish through here, Rudy's there. And Rudy misses. It was an incredible miss. It was our second clear-cut chance of the game. If he scored, you never know. We could have gotten a third. If we got a third, then that's it. We got a draw. And that would have been a great draw considering how, the circumstances of the game. But we can always say if, and that won't amount to much. We need to make it happen on the pitch. Again, Again, Newcastle. I meant Newcastle bringing the ball forward here. They've got a corner, and they might actually score a fourth. But thankfully, we've cleared it. Rudy's got the ball now. Can he find the man? He finds Grealish, but a bit of a slow play there. Almost the same bit of play for the back post to Adoma, but unfortunately it doesn't quite work out. And Richie's got the ball here. Can he find the man? He cannot, but he does find Shelvey in the opposite direction. I thought that Mings would actually. Oh, that was Grealish. I thought Grealish would go across to win that back and say just let Shelvey win the ball there. It was a bit strange. I thought that was a bit 50-50, but apparently Grealish thought that was all Rudy, not all Rudy, all Shelvey. And this goal is all Richie. Richie's got Newcastle's fourth. We've been exposed playing overload and switching all our players to attacking duty. And that's quite the goal. But really, he shouldn't be free there in that sort of position. But we're 10 men, they're 11, and they've made it count. I think the scoreline looks worse than how the game went. I think it's a bit unfortunate, but doesn't help our goal difference at all. And it's going to end there. I think I'll have to tell my team off. Tell them it's disappointing. Going to actually be aggressive. It's going to tell them far from pleased about this result. And yeah, just all round poor performances, I guess. Only Adoma can really claim he had a great game. And he's the one that scored. Obviously, apparently the penalty was a controversial decision. But yeah, we're stuck on 12th now, and sixth spot is 51 points. We've got 45. We need to win 2 games and hope Nottingham Forest lose 2 games. for us to even have a chance of entering into 6th spot. And that's not to mention, all the teams above us dropping points as well. We really need to capitalize and start getting wins now. It's been a theme of our, this playlist and the theme of my team. Just going all the way through. The only time we actually had a run of wins was in our preseason friendlies against, really, really bad teams. Otherwise, there's been draws, wins, losses all the way through. And if we did end mid-table, it would make sense that we ended mid-table considering the team's form. I don't think we've had 3 wins in a row at all. 2 wins here, 2 wins here, 2 wins again. We've only had 3 wins in a row in this little bit and of space, and that came after 2 losses, and 2 losses followed it as well, and we've got again 2 losses here. So can we bounce back? Just a couple of games left for the championship games. We're knocked out of all the other competitions. We need to press on and win our games here. Got Derby 16th. Just going to quickly flick through the teams and you guys can see the type of competition we're going to be playing against. Let me know in the comment section if you think we can make it to promotional spots. In terms of when we'll be back, I'm not entirely sure. Let me quickly count how many games we've got. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now I might split this into, 2 different episodes. And, maybe against the game against Norwich and then the final game of the season. Or I might, depending on how the games go, might just do an end of season episode. It depends on really what there's left to play. Anyways, that'll be all for today. If you like this episode, as always, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And that'll be all. Thank you.